Hello guys, welcome back to another my video. Today we will be making countdown timer. In previous video we did timer application, but now we're gonna do it a bit differently. We're gonna make countdown timer. But let's first start with some visual stuff. In our application we're gonna make this blue and we're just gonna put some text here and we're gonna say countdown timer. After we do that, we can add 3 buttons. For now, I will just add one. We need text box where we can write how many seconds we need to count down, and we need one label for our actual timer. Now we're gonna quickly readjust this button to look a bit better. Let's say start. I'm gonna make it flatter. And we're just gonna color it into some, let's say, grayish. Let's just multiply that button 3 times so we can have 3 buttons. One will be start, one will be pause, and one will be to reset the timer. I just need to readjust this font into bold and bit bigger, like that. We're gonna rewrite text of the label to 0 seconds. Also gonna put it bold and increase bit more font. And now we can start actually the programming work. Whoop, not yet. We need one more thing here, and that is our timer. Just gonna slide it over to any part of form, left click, and that's it. We have timer included as well. Now we can start programming. This is gonna be start button. I'm gonna double click each one of them. This is gonna be pause, and this one gonna be reset. Now when we have that ready, we can start doing some work. We need to add one int variable. We're gonna call it countdown and gonna assign value of 0. After that, we will need to double click our timer as well. We're gonna do now this into our form initialization function. We need to say timer 1, not that one, timer 1 dot interval. I'm gonna put it to 1000 milliseconds, and timer 1 enabled to be false. So when our form loads, we don't want timer to start ticking immediately. We want to put it into use whenever we click the button, not exactly when form loads. And label 1.text, just make it some startup text like 0 seconds. Now we need to adjust our timer tick function. Basically say it what timer needs to do each tick, and that is to increase countdown, to decrease counter by 1 number, and label 1.text to be like countdown plus seconds. Now we need to make buttons work. Now we will need to make timer start. Countdown, value of countdown is going to be equal to int dot parse text box dot text, because we want to convert text format of this text box, where we're gonna put how many seconds our countdown needs to go, into number type of information. And we want to do timer 1 dot start. So it starts countdown. Next thing is to pause the timer. We need to do timer 1 dot stop. And to actually reset it, we need to stop the timer, like here. And to make countdown equal to 0 back again. And to say label 1 dot text to be equal to 0 seconds. So basically we have our information holder called countdown. That's is how many seconds we have to go in countdown. We need to set interval of timer in initialization function 2000 to disable the timer and just give some starting text for our label when form loads. On first button, where we start the timer, we need to put the value from text box into countdown information holder and to start the timer. On pause, we just need to stop it. And in reset function, we need to stop the timer, put the countdown to 0, and just rewrite the text from the label. Each timer tick, we need to decrease countdown number and to put it into text. Let's see how it works. Just gonna wait a bit for first load of the form application. I'm gonna go with 15 seconds. And when we click on start, it's gonna count down from 15. If we stop it, it's gonna stop. But if we click start again, it's gonna pull again 15 and gonna count again from 15. But if we click on reset, it's gonna reset whole thing. I can put it to 1555, for example, and when I click start, it's gonna count down that amount of seconds. And we can make something like if countdown is equal or less than 0, we can do something like this, timer 1 dot stop, and to add a message box dot show countdown timer finished. Now, when we launch our form and say, for example, countdown from 3 seconds, it's gonna stop on 0 and gonna say countdown timer finished. Without this, if I let it to go, without this part, I'm just gonna grab this bracket as well. If I let it count like this, it will go into negative. That's useful, but if you want it to stop exactly when it hits 0 and do something, best thing to do and easiest is to just stop the timer and throw a message box on your screen that says that countdown finished. And basically that's it. That's it. That is very quick and easiest countdown timer you can make. Thank you very much for watching. One like or subscribe would be amazing and well appreciated. And see you next time. Bye bye.